Hey,
Hello.
happy Thursday.
Yes. Are you? Back on
I'm
the
good.
islands.
I had such a great time. For those of you who don't know, I just returned from a fam trip with a beaches resort in Turks, which was a gateway-centric fam trip. Selected about 24-ish agents to go on this trip, and we got to have great time with our BDM and with some of the staff leaders, and got to have some training. Just incredible, and the weather was perfect, and it was just dreamy. It was dreamy. Have discovered in these last two trips that I have the thing, and there's a name for it, which I can't remember. When you travel on a boat, and then you get off the boat, and you still several days afterward, it affects like 150,000 people nationwide. It's pretty small. And I was on a catamaran. I did a catamaran tour, and that boat got me the same way the cruise did. So I'm a little.
Really?
You see me swaying in my screen. It's because I'm still having a little ocean. It's very exciting.
That's kind of cool. I feel that.
It is. It is. But excited to get back into our launch training this week. We are going to be talking about getting, which basically means how to get yourself set up for success. And we had a conversation. One of the great things about family trips, and for those of you who haven't been on one yet, beyond the training on the destination and the great stuff that you learn all about whatever it is we're trying to sell, we have great conversations with others, and you talk and learn and share in a way that we don't, because we're all independent, right? So we're operating businesses all by ourselves, essentially. And so when you get a chance to you get to learn all kinds of things. And one of the things I was talking about with one of the agents is that she kind of hit the ground running straight out of the gate and started booking things and whatever, and she really has not established her system. And so she's kind of haphazard in the way that she is managing her business, and her goal is to go back home after this trip and get her go. And I will tell you from experience that it's going to be a lot easier for agents if you get the row before you get to a level where it's not manageable. At the beginning, you're booking a friend here, a neighbor there, someone from your office if you have an outside job, and at a time, but then it does build itself and get bigger and bigger without letting it snowball. If you take the time to get yourself kind of organized ahead of it, you're going to be in a much better position moving forward. So that's what we're talking about today. How to get yourself organized and get your systems in place. And welcome to everybody who is in the chat. Just to remember that you can ask questions as we go along. We'll monitor those and we'll address them if they're relevant to what we're talking about in the moment. And then at the end, if you have other things to talk about, we should have. Cool. All right. So this is getting your systems in place, setting yourself and your business up for success. So we're going to start with the key overview or the key elements of a business plan. It's great to say, I want to get a travel agent. But really, we need to think a little bit deeper about what that really means to you and what you expect your business to look like as it moves forward. So think about your Michigan mission. This is my vacation brain. So sorry. The qualities your business will have and what your basic contact details are going to be, like your name, maybe a special email. What are you going to offer? A lot of people start niche, which is theme parks or family travel or adults only travel or couples getaway or accessible travel. If you want to do that, defining that, this is kind of where I want to focus my energy. That would be a great place to start. Also, what special things are you going to bring to the table? What suppliers might you want to work with? Do some market research and kind of things might be. My clients now at 50 something are different than the clients I had when I started my business when I had kids at school. So think about who your peer group is, who your client is, and that will help you to define your business. And how are you going to stand out? Marketing and sales, how do you plan on reaching these clients? Selling strategies, what techniques are you going to use? How are you going to run your business, physically run it? Like, do you have a location? Is it an office in your home? Are you going to have a storefront? Do you have space? Office? Do you need software, computers? Anything that might help you with your business? Finances. Do you have startup costs? We have a monthly fee with Gateway, but you might need some money for other things like equipment. If you don't have a desktop computer or laptop computer, you might need to invest in one, or if yours is need to be updated, or maybe an external hard drive. You might need to buy that you're going to write off when you do your taxes, but things that will all help you build this business a little more successfully from the start. And then, of course, risk management, thinking about what challenges you might face and how you're going to handle them. A business plan is your roadmap to how your business is going to look going forward. Do you have anything else to add to that list, Becky?
That's a great list to have. It really helps you get started. So I like this list.
Yep. You need three-dimensionally about what your business is, and not just I would like to sell travel. There's a lot more facets to it, and we're going to go through a lot of those today. So we're going to set your business name, because it's the most fun to think about, because it's going to be something that will be with you for a long time. So why name matters. First impression, the thing that they see and about you is going to say a lot about you. Words matter, and it's the very first thing your clients are going to encounter. So put some thought into that. Your business name establishes your presence in the community, and it reflects your values and target audience. So if you're going to use a name like Magical Memories, that might imply to your clients that you are if it's tropical getaways, then it might imply that you do something with all destinations, or destinations that are tropical in nature. So name is going to hack. We're going to talk about different ways to decide what that name might be. Options as agents with Gateway. Option 1 is to use Gateway Travel or Gateway to Magic Travel. We operate under both. Gateway to Magic was the name that Gateway started with when they were mostly doing Disney and theme parks. And then they expanded to be a host agency, they became Gateway Travel. Are available for you to use. They are established and recognized, and the logos and branding are all ready to go for you. So that you can be Jane Smith, Gateway Travel Advisor, Jane Smith, whatever you want to use. Gateway Travel is there for you right from the gate. If you decide you'd like to use your own business name, you can do that too. Keep it simple and memorable and relevant to travel. Clever, but not too hard to remember. Meaningful to you, something that you will love and you'll be proud of in the future. Road that you don't go back and, oh, I really shouldn't have picked that. It was trendy in the moment. Or play your first, your last name. Becky, what is your business name?
My last name is Bond, so it's Raj. I just
Isn't that the cutest?
very, very blessed by that.
My business is 1923, and 1923 the Disney company was founded, and when I started my business, I did a lot of Disney, but I wanted it to be Disney, but not too Disney-ish that it would drive. And really, well, my business now is not in the Disney and all inclusive and Europe realm. But I think 1923 Adventures kind of sounds like a like an explorer or someone on a trip. I don't know. I love it. And the number puts me alphabetically ahead of ABC. So name availability, I think you're going to want a website down the road. Check for similar names in your area. Open as Paradise Travel and find out there's a Paradise Travel down next door. That would be confusing for clients in your area. Check family and friends and say like it, and if it makes sense and it works. And honestly, I would say live with it for a few days, a few weeks. Talk about it, say it out loud, write it down, see if it's something that you feel good about before you commit. Because once you commit to it, if you print business cards, that's an expense you repeat if you have to down the road. So opinions are great too. I had another one going that I was mulling around, and my husband's birthday party, and I was like, okay, that one's not going. We're not using that one. So get opinions, outside information a lot. So when you're designing logos, keep your design straightforward. It's going to be easier to recognize and remember. Cluttering your logo with details is to make it look messy. You're going to choose relevant icons, symbols that reflect travel, palm trees, compasses, ensure that they are unique to your brand and not overly generic. Pick a colors evoke emotions. You resonate with your brand. Blue for trust and relaxation, green for nature, gold for luxury, purple for positivity. Limit that color palette to 2 to 3 complementary colors. Make it versatile. It should look across all mediums. Websites, business cards, social media, and brochures. Ensure that it scales well. If you shrink it down, you don't want to lose that detail in it. And you want to make sure it's clear. And I actually have versions. I have kind of a wide version and a centered version so that I can use it in different places in different ways, but it's still overall the same look. Select an appropriate font. Choose fonts that match your agency style. Modern, sleek font might suggest that your professionalism. A fun or playful font can suggest adventure. Ensure that it is readable and professional. Sometimes I say things and I can't read it. As cool as the font is, if you can't read it, your clients won't be able to read it either. So rethink things that are super artsy or super arrived. Thing is, you want your clients to know your name, and if they can't read it, then it's not working. Incorporate your brand target audience. Selling luxury vacations or family-friendly trips. Your logo should reflect the tone and style of your services. Avoid While trends may seem appealing, they can quickly become outdated. Focus on timeless design, elements that will remain relevant as your business grows. One of the things that I've seen a ton lately in the last year or two is using initials or in your, the letters in your name to create a logo. And that's like a hot thing right now, but I'm not sure it will last. So maybe maybe that wouldn't be the best choice. That would be an example of trends. Sometimes it's colorway. Certain colors are trendy for a while, and then they're not. Do you remember Disney when they did the millennial pink? It's over. Pink's over. Yeah,
it is.
A logo test. Test the logo with clients, colleagues, maybe other. Sure the logo resonates with other people and aligns with the message you want to convey. Sometimes we get really excited and we just cram too many elements in there. So someone who is a designer or has a designer's eye can give you, again, they'll give you feedback on balance, they'll give you feedback on color, on placement. It's really good to get an outside eye. Ensure uniqueness. Research other travel agency logos to ensure yours stands out and doesn't resemble competitors' logos too closely. Hoping that you can help yourself a distinct identity. So when that logo pops up on a piece of correspondence, or if they see it in an ad somewhere, who it is. We're not trying to figure that out. I can't tell you how many red and white polka dot logos I've seen that all look the same. It's as much as we want to be identifying with that bigger brand, stand out on your own. And then, of course, use professional design tools. Consider hiring a graphic designer to do it, or using professional design software to ensure a high quality output. The better you look as a professional. If the logo looks juvenile, or if the font is something that gets used a ton, and a lot of free services have limited lines, so you end up, everybody used Comic Sans for a while, Parchment, because they available and they're free, but they also look a lot like each other's, and people can tell that you made it yourself because it's the top. And make sure that you have a professional finish to it. So you are not a skilled designer if you don't have that in your wheelhouse, and that's okay. Not everybody does. It's okay to reach for outside help and tell them what you want. Tell them what you're trying to say with your logo, what your favorite colors are. Give examples of logos that you like, and then you'll be able to come up with a product that works for you. I love how your coffee disappears out of midair. It's my favorite thing. Nobody's here. My dogs are not bringing me coffee, so I'm late this morning. So These are some of the logos from agents in our agency that that are really different and all unique. Mine is in the upper left corner here. I used gold as my reach into kind of a luxury market, especially when I kind of rebranded after a couple of years to reach to clients who are higher dollar amount trips. I have a travel partner around the compass. I don't see it, but it is there in gold letters. And that way I'm covered under our errors and omissions insurance by including the language A Gateway Travel Partner. Becky's is next to mine, Bon Voyage Travel, and hers is purple, which is a great color. I think it's your favorite color, right?
It is my favorite, yep.
Color gives you emotion, right? So for hers, purple is a very positive, spiritually uplifting color. And so if you know Becky is one of those people that makes you feel good when you talk to her, she's very, very positive, and that's a perfect colorway for her logo. Plus the palm trees tell you, you know, she's going to book you somewhere tropical, and it's going to be a getaway. Already Adventures. Carrie Hamilton is actually, was she #1 agent?
Yep.
She's our #1 agent Gateway, and she lives in Colorado. So her life where she lives, where she comes from, but her logo was beautiful. Definitely adventure spirit. Their family likes to travel, likes to ski, likes to do adventurous getaways, and it very much reflects her personality. Down here, All Dreams Travel. That is Trish, she's our new agent support team. She is Disney centric, not fully, but that's where she started. And it's Cinderella's, but it's subtle, which I think is really nice. I love the bold navy and gold, again, leaning into a more luxury client, maybe someone who's Grand Floridian. And then she uses the travel partner logo as the base, and that's really nice there too. Blue Ocean Getaways, I can't remember whose agency that is, but I love the colors. If you zoom in on it, it's actually a Lily Pulitzer print. Her silhouette of the tree is so cute. And then Jay Bigham is a male travel agent, and is a little bit more stately, a little more serious, someone who's very serious about his business, but it looks established. Even if he's newer, it's a more established logo. So really different flavors across the panel here, and it tells you can go in any direction, but lots of ways to brand yourself. Any questions about logos or branding?
You can Canva's going to have a lot of different options. I don't know if I'm speeding ahead. Sorry.
No, that's fine. We did talk about using design tools, and Canva is one that has a professional feel, but a beginner's level usage. So you can go through their preset logos and then customize on your own. Change out the elements, change out the colors, change out the fonts, but it gives you a starting place. And the starting place is sometimes all you need. Inclined. If the elements are there, and then you can go, ooh, but I wish that was a palm tree instead of a sailboat, or I wish that was, me instead of bed. You can mess with it. It's completely unique, and that's great too. So try Canva. It's a great free product, and if you pay for it, then you get a lot more options. Okay, so next we're going to talk about setting up your workspace. Where you sit and work is important, but this is a place that needs to be free of distractions. So you want to choose an organized area. It's best if you can have a dedicated space for it, but if you cannot, and it needs to come out on the kitchen table or the kitchen counter or somewhere that's in a public space in your house, done working, it can go back into a box or a crate or something that it isn't kind of everywhere and in everybody's business. When you're working, if you can be from distractions as much as possible, it's going to make you more better at your job. Make sure you have a computer, good internet connection, and a phone. We do have new agents if they can run their business from their phone or tablet. It can be done, but not recommended. You won't be able to store documents related to your clients on those devices. And while you can access some of our suppliers through a cell connection, a phone, it's not the efficient way. You're not seeing everything at once. So highly recommend you invest in a computer or a laptop so that you can see the big picture. You can have multiple windows open at once. It's a kind of job that can't space
It's
effectively.
It's very, very difficult. Do not set yourself for success so you can see things, the whole picture. Even our have to completely scroll out or scroll down if you're trying to put it in that smaller space.
It'll make everything take longer. It'll make everything frustrating, and there's more chance of doing something wrong and then not being able to undo. It's just tricky. I can do it. Okay. Or me. Considerations are things like to keep paperwork, client files, collateral. I have a drawer full of wage tags for cruisers and things into my clients. Have some storage so that you can have the things that you need as an agent. Also, office basics like post-it notes and notebooks to take notes on when you're converting, and a stapler and printer and paper shredder, which I talk about every time we have one of these, but I have this desktop paper shredder. It was like $20. It shreds all that confidential information, credit card numbers, and lovely straw. I love it. It's my favorite desktop item. But some people don't own a stapler. Or like, why would you have one if you don't, you don't use them? But you will need it if you're sending documents to clients and want to put things together. Paper clips, rubber bands, like all the things. Highlighters. Pens. I sometimes will print things out for my clients and then go back to things that I want to make sure that they focus. Because sometimes things like the instructions to get to the transfer to their hotel might be buried in some text in the middle.
It's a dinosaur. And you can put Post-it notes in it. You can set things in his hands.
Office spaces don't need to be boring.
No.
I have, so this is full of pens and my letter opener. This is Mr. Toad.
I love it.
Isn't that fun? My niece bought it for me. It's absolutely impossible to drink out of, but I was like, I can sit on my desk and have all my pens and things in it.
I love that.
So anyway, workspace. This is important. You need the thing you need at your disposal. You don't want to be running into it to find a stapler. Everything right where you're working makes you more efficient. And a comfortable chair. It's not on our list, but if you're sitting for a long time and you're working on quotes, make sure you're comfortable. Hard chairs are hard on your back, hard on your butt. Everything is much better when you are comfortable and happy. Virtual workspace. Utilize cloud storage for easy access to files. Set up a cloud account. You can also use a, what do you call it? External drive to store things so that you don't lose them. Either way, you need to have places to back. You can refer to them later. Sometimes years later. Sometimes you'll have clients who travel and, oh, I want to go, I don't want to do the itinerary we did before. But once you get a couple hundred clients in, you don't remember what itinerary they did before. So you need to go back and check those documents. They'd be in a file that you create for that. And you go back and say, okay, 2 years ago, oh, they did Cancun and Cozumel and Rotan cruise this time, so they don't go to the same. But if you don't keep that information, you have to ask. So where was it you went before? You don't know your clients, and you should set up a dedicated for your business. When you tons of agents, I can't even tell you, 80-90% of agents start with a personal. And when they're setting up logins for things like that, they're using that personal email. Jane Travel Agent at Jane Smith, gmail.com. Well, pretty soon that inbox, which also gets the application from your school, emails from your mom, and all the other you in your life, you're commingling travel stuff and personal stuff. And once that volume gets to a level where clients are emailing you and they're sending emails, it can get very messy very quickly. So if you set up a dedicated email for your travel business, you can even do a free account, email, Yahoo, whatever, but dedicate that one to your travel business. That way, things stay and neat and tidy, and you won't be in a mess. Remember, we talked about, really excited and did all the things, and then later are going back and cleaning up. Start out with a business email. If you've signed up with Gateway using a different email, you can edit that email in your profile in the GT portal.
Anytime.
You need to go in, click the little settings and update your email. Super easy. And that's the one we set up logins for you. So if it's in your profile, that's the one we're going to use. So you have to tell us. Okay? And then use a calendar or calendar app. It's nice. You can set one up with dedicated to travel. I use the Google Calendar with my regular household calendar, but I have a special color just for my travel stuff. So in relation to what my family is doing. So if there's something that for a client on a certain date, but I'm going to be out of town with my family that weekend, my calendars are together, so I can say, oh shoot, I need to do a final payment for this calendar on Friday. We're going to be traveling. I'm going to move it back to and call that client earlier. So having a calendar, sometimes people like that old calendar. What works for you? But you definitely need, because we work with lots of dates and deadlines.
Cool. Calendar's huge, and I love the color code. I have my paper calendar, and then I have my iCal, which is completely done by work, home, family member. I think commingled in there, and then even on my paper calendar, everything is separate. Gateway, Bon Voyage, personal, ever.
Yep.
I just like to have a. I'm not as good with my paper calendar anymore as I am with my electronic. Though I will feel like I need that paper, but I just don't use it like I used to.
I do set alerts in my digital calendar at the moment that I input something, especially if it's something that's time sensitive, because we all know we can get busy. We can just like lose track of it, and all of a sudden, something may have passed. You don't want to miss anything, especially payment deadlines for clients. So put alerts on those. Make sure that your phone notifies you, and look at it often. Don't drop it in there and be checking what's coming up, what's due, things like that, so that your clients are and you are ahead of the game. There are lots of other tools that you can use as an agent. Things like Google Works, Microsoft Office 365, Canva, Etsy, a CRM. We have a great CRM There are other CRM tools out there. Some people really like offering things like Travefy and Travel Joy. Those are paid services, but they might be something that would help you stay organized. So if you are investing in your business and you think you need something a little bit more than what we offer, that's a great way to go too. Whatever systems are going to make your life easier, start employing them from day one, if you can. That's a great way to go. Okay, your physical workspace or your virtual workspace. Okay, so now we're really going to talk about staying organized. And we've touched on this a little bit in our setting up our spaces, but you use a CRM system. Ours are another one. Customer relationship media with them. Figured it out very quickly though, and it's a tool to track communications all in one place. When I have clients who rebook with me, and just pop into the CRM and pull their data, all of their address, phone number, credit cards, everything is in our system, so you can refer back. And old bookings and communications that you set up with them in place so that you can refer back. Set up a filing system, whether it's a digital system or a physical filing system. Make sure that you have easy access to those documents. The nice thing about some systems is that if you do it in a cloud-based system, whether you're on your desktop computer or you're with your laptop, you can access those same files from both destinations. Hard drive, carry that with you between devices, and you can access everything that way. I use a filing system in my external hard drive that is by client. So I have other things in there. I have files for load and supplier information and other things. And then for my client files, each client has their own file, and within each file are documents. If they have a confirmation, I throw a copy in their file. If I do a quote for them, I throw a copy in the file. And that way I always go back and say, oh, I quoted this resort for them 2 years ago and they rejected it because they didn't like Y or Z about it. I'm not going to quote that one again when they're asking for new things. It helps me to stay organized and be able to run things well. So that's how I do it. Do you do it the same way? Or how do you organize your clients? You have a file system.
Yeah, so I basically files. I have a folder for each client, and then I have for the hanging folders, I have going to travel or is traveling, going to travel, and I have different system there. File up. I have the names, birthdays, there. And I can look into past history, see what they've done and things like that. Because a lot of times those clients will contact me, Becky, I want to go somewhere different. And I'm like, okay, where have sleep in. So very nice to go through that. I am going to start working on an electronic filing system because I like to have my files everywhere, if that makes sense. So if on my laptop, because I found as I get older, I travel more. So it helps to be on the go for your clients and to be able to access that information. But the more you are, the better.
For sure. Is also a great way to keep yourself organized. There are different, I see Cynthia's comment. I don't have a digital filing system. It is basically my Windows files. I created it myself within, which is I only used for Gateway. I don't have anything in there that isn't Gateway, or travel business, 1923 adventures, and I just create files. It's just right in that system that comes with my computer.
I have decided that I am, every year I have a theme. I know that sounds kind of funny, but this year is organization and simplicity. Again, how can I simplify my life through organization? And I'm, after talking to Trish, who used Travel Joy, it's something I may do. So I'm looking into things, I'm weighing the costs and the different factors, because the thought of having your clients on like for her Disney clients, it automatically sends like a form out. It's a time to remind of certain things. So I'm like,
Might be worth the monthly fee for that.
Into things.
There's lots of options. There's just lots of ways to be organized, and it's really, as much as we can recommend what we do, that's a very, very personal thing. So the things that work for me might not work for you. And I have tried other systems in the past, and I've fallen off because they just don't work for me. It's taken a few years to get to a point where I feel comfortable with how I'm organizing myself. And I may change in the future, but this is where I am right now. Creating checklists is a great way to make sure that your steps in the process each have a slightly different checklist. A Disney vacation is going to require different things than a cruise vacation or an overseas vacation. So when you get that trip in place, sitting down and creating a checklist are going to need to happen between booking and travel is a great way to stay organized for your clients. And I throw those in my files. I just open it up and be like, it's Smith family checklist spring break 2025, and then I check on that periodically. And some clients, it depends on what you're booking. Sometimes I don't need it because the client is so savvy on that topic that they just everything. But and sometimes it's useful than other times. It really depends on the type of trip you're doing. Schedule regular reviews. This is important just to kind of say on things. I usually do it on Wednesday, lightest day of the week as far as gateway goes. And I just kind of open up every file that I've got, not every file, but the one in the next 6 months traveling, and just kind of see where I am with each one. Just kind of like, okay, that one's good. That one's good. Oh, this one has a payment coming. I should probably reach out. This one, I was got packing list. I should do that. I do check in on those about once a week, just to kind of maintain constant. And if you're doing that, whether I'm reaching out to the client or not, it's just so I go, oh right, yeah, I've got to do that. I had one come to mind this week. I was going through we were on the family trip. I was going through my text looking for something else, and I was like, oh shoot, I had a client tell me she wants some quotes on cruises for like July. Probably should get on that the day before I left. So that's my other job today. So checking all the things, and if you don't write it down when you see it, you might miss it. And it was one that I was in packing mode and leaving mode, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta do that. And then it happened. So constantly checking with yourself is a great thing. Using calendars, we already talked about that. And then batch similar tasks. This is a great way too to be, if you need to do a bunch of emails, sit down and just do emails. Don't do the email for the client and then the thing for the client. If you batch by type, it makes things better. If you're doing quotes for cruises, do them right together. If you're doing, it just makes you more efficient. If you're doing emails, do emails. If you're doing text. If you're setting up social media posts, set up social media posts all at once. Try to get yourself into a routine of batching your tasks. Okay. Implementing these strategies is going to help you manage your time and your workload effectively. And then I love a picture of the girl in post notes. If we camera my computer, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 post-it notes on the front of my computer of things I need to do. Actually, this one, they're traveling right now. That one I don't need to do. That one's done.
7.
7?
7. I even got to where I bought these cool little owls that go on the outside of my monitor for posting placement. But yeah,
yes.
I love post-it notes, guys. Yeah. Reminders.
If it's in front of your face, then you're reminded in the moment. If you don't, if it's a place where you can see it, if you write it on the list, but the list is over there, and you're not looking at that list, then you're going to miss it. And things that are urgent for me, go on post-it notes. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted that. Okay. Establishing your online presence. So when you're a new agent and we're systems and we're getting our office in place and figuring out our business name and figuring out our organizational systems, the other thing you need to do is to think about this is going to live online, because the days of just having a little storefront on Main Street are pretty much over. For even if there is a travel agency in your town that has a storefront, odds are they do business through their website, because that's the reality of the world in 2025. So easy ways and free ways to start are with business Facebook page, business Instagram account. So to your personal account, you want to establish a separate business Facebook page. In addition to your personal Instagram account, you will want to establish a separate business Instagram account. The great thing about those is they can be shared to your personal accounts, which is a great way to expand your reach. And also are integrated together because they're both owned by Meta. So things that you do on Instagram can also be shared on Facebook and vice versa. And there's lots of tools in that system, in that universe, that will help you with your business. Create that business page using your business name. Complete the profile and contact info. Cover is an engaging cover photo. Make sure you include Gateway Travel Partner E&O coverage. Post travel tips, post deals, post client it regularly, because when you post something, after a while it goes down their feed and see it. So you have to be posting regularly to keep things front. Link it to your personal page. When you share something on your business, also post it on your personal page. You're going to reach a bigger audience. I don't care who you are, how popular you are, your business page is always going to have less followers than your personal, because people on your personal page have known you since you were 7, and people on your business page are just finding out about your business now. Instagram, same thing. Create your business profile, use your business email to set it up. Complete your bio by including a brief description of what you do. Link to your website if you have one. Include a Gateway Travel Partner for the E&O coverage. Post high quality travel photos, videos. Use our social media Spark for inspiration if you don't have inspiration of your own. Use relevant, engage with your followers, and then again, link it to your personal account so that you can share it across multiple platforms.
And Meta easier.
I will make it easy. The other thing you might want to consider is to build your website. Websites are not mandatory, and my website is not. I mean, and most people do websites for booking. We are not we are Amazon.
Expedia.
People will not, or Expedia. People will not be able to log into your website and book travel themselves. That is not a model that we operate under. Building your website is information. Excuse me. It gives you a 24/7 online presence where people can discover and find out about your services at any time. It gives increased credibility as an agent. When you have a website in addition to Facebook and Instagram, it makes you seem more serious about your business. Whether that website generates business, maybe not, but having it gives you credibility.
It does.
It can generate leads if people find it and you use SEO optimization, which I'm not an expert in, but we can talk about that at a later time. People can have a place to put in information like, my name is this, and here's my phone number, and I'm interested in this, and reach out to you so you can contact them back. That is easy to set up in pre-built website, which is what most of us use, Wix or
GoDaddy.
or GoDaddy, any of those. It can showcase your expertise. It's a place to highlight your travel specialties, customer reviews, sample itineraries, maybe specials that you might be running, any credentials that you have from doing training. Those type of things can go on the website, and it's a great place to highlight them. And it's also low maintenance. So unlike your social media where you all the time, this is something that you're going to have to update very often. It can just stand out there, be in a website, and it's great. Update it periodically so that it does have a fresh look to it. If information changes, you definitely want to keep up with that. Or add expertise or things that you offer, data for that. It's going to have a homepage. It's an About Us spot, so that tells it about who you are and what you do. It's going to talk about the services you offer. It might offer destinations or specialties if you're a cruise expert, if you're a Costa Rica expert, Disney expert, things that you're good at should be highlighted on there. Client testimonials, when you get positive reviews, post those things on there, because there's nothing that gives you credibility more than someone else saying you're great, not just you saying you're great.
It is true.
Are things like buttons that they can click on to find out more information, or request a quote, or contact us. Those kind of buttons allow them to put information, and you can get back to them. Booking forms are things like what type of trip would you want to travel, or fill out a inquiry. It could be a bit more than contact us. Yeah. And then make sure it has a mobile-friendly design. You want to make sure they can open it on their phone and on their computer and have it look great in either medium. Cool.
Looks good to me.
The other platform that Agent Profiler, and the Agent Profiler is done through Travel Leaders Network, and Becky is the expert of all things Agent Profiler. I'm gonna let.
Okay, so basically, Agent Profiler is through Travel Leaders. Benefits of using it, like Holly has mentioned here, online visibility. Travel Leaders is huge, so it's a huge national platform that you can get your standing lead generation. You can possibly receive leads. That's why I tell everyone, make it look as spectacular as possible, because for an agent on there, which people do, I see leads come through. Hey, you can possibly receive leads from there. So great opportunity there. You can showcase your expertise. All those certificates you have through Princess, through Disney, through all these different things, you can add that there. Customizable profile. You could put your bio on there, your photo, all that good stuff. I will confess, I use ChatGPT to write my profile. No problem there. Tell it exactly what I wanted. Lead management, you can try clients and go through there. So your profile and your specialty, you want to get a little bit specific because you want yourself to. So if you're expertise is Disney, but your special needs and things like that, you want to have that posted. Agents does Japan, in particular Disney, things like, and he has leads come through twice a week. I mean, constantly, because he has that certain specialty in there. He has a lot of people reach out to him, which is great. Reviews and testimonials. You can have reviews there. And the best part is guess who reviews those reviews? So I'm going to make sure all of those are spectacular and they're 5 stars just to help you get the leg up there. If I've only had it once in 4 years, but a negative review comes in, it does not get posted, I will send it to you personally. You see it. Like I only had it happen once, so it's not going to happen very often. Trip templates. You can basically build a trip on there to show the clients what you can for them. It's out there. Lead forms. The contact you form is awesome, so it can get a hold of you. Make sure your email address is accurate. And you can receive emails through there, but those emails are going to go. Search optimization. It does rank your profile on different relevant words, but it has also, oh my gosh, it's they're expert, but after you have so many views,
It's super agent.
Super
Agents just posted in our Elevate group, which is a bit more advanced training for a little bit more experienced agents. But he just got super agent travel leaders, and he's so excited. So yeah,
get listed first. They will get listed. So that's a great thing to do. And the cool part is, Agent Profiler has tons of training on it.
It's free.
It is free. It used to cost $15 a month to use, and now it's a service that they offer. So it's spectacular to use. Take advantage of that training, because it'll tell you exactly what you need to make yourself that super agent to stand out. So Agent Profiler, a great no cost option builds your business.
As you're going through setting up the agent profile, it can be a little challenging, and you'll get to a point where it'll say like you're 80, but it won't tell you what else you need. He can see, she has like the magic eye to view from the backside of the profile from the admin side, and it will tell her what you're missing. So if you are 80% complete thing and you can't publish it to Becky via new agent support at gatewaytravel.com and say, hey, my profile is stuck on 80%, can you help me? And she will say, yes, you need to add 3 destinations and whatever, and then she'll get you published. So she's an expert on all things. It's a great tool, especially if you have a specific type of travel. I think if we're looking for lead generation, and that's one thing that a lot of new agents ask about, because they're nervous about asking friends or family or whatever, and they want outside organic. The more specific you can be, the more niche you can the better. I think there's going to be a lot of Disney cruise, not but Disney and cruise agents on that site. If you are a Costa Rica expert, or you are a Scandinavian travel expert, or if you work in travel with autistic children, or travel, something that's to be very specific and very niche, that's going to give you a little bit of a leg up on getting those leads if that's something that you're looking for. Specializing is a good thing for agent profiler, but having some special that are outside the norm are great for agent profiler.
Very much so. Make your
and by the way, the agent with the Japan that gets all the leads, so much fun. We had a blast with him this week. He was on our trip.
Oh, yes. I was going to ask a bunch of questions, so I can't wait to talk to you, Holly.
The funniest thing was, he introduced himself, and I went, "Oh, you're Andrew Jocelyn." And he goes, "Why did I get that response?" And I said, "Because Becky about you all the time." And he's like, "Wait, what?" Every time we talk about agent profiler, she says, "Guess who got leads this week? Andrew got leads this week." So anyway, it was very fun. It was very fun to meet him, and he's very cool.
I love that, because I am not he gets leads at least twice a week.
Well, and the thing is, it's Jeb business model that he's taking on, which is really interesting. He lived in Japan for a number of years. He has a huge knowledge of Japan. Most of the inquiries are about Tokyo Disney, which pays zero commission. And it's very complex.
Yes.
He does Tokyo Disney as a courtesy for the client so that he can get their other business. Tells the tours in Japan they want to do things like that. So, and he's one of the few people who will take on Tokyo Disney as an agent, because most people, if they're not making money on it, they're not doing it.
Yep.
His business model is, I do an excellent job at this,
to
the
get
next trip. Because usually I think Tokyo isn't going to be like Disney in Florida, where you go year after year. It's going to be someplace it's a one and done.
Yeah.
But travel isn't one and done. So if he does a great job on that, then the next trip is going to be a cruise or Europe or something else that he will be able to maximize. So I love that about him. I love he's willing to, put himself out there and do that work so that he can take advantage. So anyway, it was just very fun encounter. Other essential business tools that you will need to organize your business and to get your system in place. CRM, we've talked about it a little bit. Interactions and manage your bookings. Gateway's CRM, and we have a new version that is, some of you are already using it. who've been with us since before January do not have access yet, but they will soon. So we're kind of interested in dual system thing. But gateways, your bookings and payments, and that's really mostly right now for you to track your that you're getting paid for the work that you're doing. So that piece is for that. Other CRM, HubSpot, Travel, Joy, Navan, there's others that are to do more like send itinerary and quotes. There's lots of options to set automatic messages you mentioned. Lots of them out there, all different price points, all different offerings, and it's kind of a personal thing. It's like, which of perfume do you wear? The one that suits you, not the one that everybody's wearing. So as much as you hear about certain ones, it has to work. So don't jump on the bandwagon of something because you heard about it. Make sure you investigate it. If it offers a 30-day free trial or something, take advantage, test drive it, see if it is something that you can with. Definitely. If that's something you want to do. Email marketing is another way to reach clients. I don't send emails often on mass. I do have a system for it. I use Constant Contact, but not constant. I use it like quarterly. I do kind of a quarterly report, quarterly newsletter. But MailChimp, Constant Contact, or Branch Up also for social media, but Branch Up has email marketing in it too. And those are things in your systems and base. Important thing is to create your brand logo, get that business name, so that you're starting from there. Everything is going to grow out of how you identify yourself as a business. Once that's done, then at those organizational systems in place so that you are as professional and efficient as you can be, that you are managing things, you're not losing things, because I will tell you that great service leads to more. Oh, yeah. If you do a great job for somebody, they're likely to share your information with someone else. Or they're likely to return to you as a business client. So I cannot emphasize enough how knowing what you're doing, or at least looking like you know what you're doing, is phenomenal. That comes from having really good systems to support you. And always, if you answer, reach out to one of us. We'll be here to answer questions for you. And then establishing an online presence that is professional looking and maintained regularly. And that's going to showcase, it's going to reach your people, and it's going to show people that you are a professional travel agent. I did have a coaching call with somebody this week. She's a professional. She's an executive in her company, and she's doing travel on the side. And she said that phrase to me. Well, people don't reach out to me because they know I do it on the side. And I said, oh my gosh, take that phrase out of your vocabulary.
Yes.
Stop saying on the side, because when you say on the side, it sounds like it's not important to you.
Yep.
It's like a hobby. This is not a hobby. For most of us want it to be a going concern that makes money and allows us to selves and things like that. So we're on the side, or my side hustle, cheapens the work. You could say I am also a professional travel agent. I am also building a travel business. I operate a travel business. Please don't ever say on the side. It sounds like it's extra.
It sounds like it's a personal thing that you sometimes do, and it's not the forefront. Yeah, I feel where that could be hindering.
So if, professional as you can be,
Words
still have fun. Being a travel agent is a blast. I love what I do. I had the most amazing trip, and y'all will join us on future fam trips, because that is where it's at for learning and building a business. But that's another conversation. Next week, we're going to talk about suppliers. The suppliers that really need to have in their arsenal of suppliers to go do, and where to find things. So that's what we're going to chat about. That we did not answer this week, you absolutely can email us at newagentsupport@gatewaytravel.com. Any questions? Usually, people think of things as they walk away from this type of event. We have launches, and it's like, oh, I think they answered all my questions. And then half an hour later, it's like, oh, I should have asked. Please send it to us. We are happy to answer any questions you have. So the next thing we typically do in this time space is we give some chat time for anybody who has questions. It could be about setting up their systems. It could be about anything else. So I'm going to throw the link into the chat and the private chat. So you should have a link if you do want to join us on stage and have a little conversation. We love chatting with you guys. So how do I get that off the stage? So if anybody wants to jump in and chat with us, I'll give you a couple minutes to decide. Or you can throw it in the CRM if you are, or CRM chat. My brain is not focused. The whole room is doing this.
Oh.
So.
I've had flu brain for the past weekend.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It just feels very discombobulating. I have a supplier. Oh, you know what? Michael, I saw that somewhere popped up when I was traveling this weekend. I do not believe that we have. It is a cruise ship that no, we do not have a supplier for that one. I'm so sorry. We're like any other department store, we don't carry every single brand. We carry a huge variety, lots and lots of options, super specific, and it has not come our way yet. So that one is not one we can access.
Yet.
It may someday, but I honestly had to look up what it was because I had never heard of it. So we have really wonderful luxury cruise line options. A live aboard sounds like it's a long journey kind of situation. I haven't even really looked on their website, but that one is not currently on our supplier list. Or sometimes we have suppliers, and we'll talk about this next when we talk about suppliers. We do have some boutique brands that don't have their own line in our supplier list, but we can access through others. Some of those, like really exclusive brands or expedition type brands, are hidden inside other suppliers, but that's not one of them, unfortunately. But I tell you, we'll take a look today and just kind of scour those exclusive type suppliers. Right. Might not be in Kent. Yeah, I might do a little digging for you, Michael, and see if I see it, and if I just send you a note. But for now, I my head probably not. Any other questions? Is it normal? Okay, I'm gonna put that. You absolutely should feel proud of accomplishing those credentials, and that's awesome. It's a lot of work. And I think people outside travel understand the level of studying that we do agents. So beyond our gateway travel, training, which is massive, each time you earn credentials with another supplier, these are like college level courses. You are basically getting a travel and tourism degree for, you know, whatever your monthly fee is, which is a deal. I will say that. But those are really great, and having those credentials, tell people that you are learning and growing in your business.
One of our agents has a really cool email tag that shows all of those little badges and stuff in her name. I'm like, that is awesome.
It's impressive because it tells your clients that you are serious about your business and you are working. Jason printed and framed all of his certificates. That's amazing. That makes your office, if someone sits with you in your office and you have all of them on the wall, amazing. That's incredible.
I call that, we have it in the office. It's called the I Love Me wall. And that's there for a reason, guys. Showcase that stuff. Make it
for sure. Yes, I love it. And if you can create, you can go in, and a lot of them, there's downloadable badges. After you create those, things, you can get badges, which are like little graphic art pieces that you can add to your signature. You can post them on your website, post them on your Facebook, whatever. Those are great to attach to things.
Agent Profiler has to where you can click which suppliers you've done that with, and if they're not on the list, put that in the customizable box. Put Princess Expert. I think Princess is on there, celebrities on there, but if they're not in there, add it. Put your certification. Be proud of that. That is a lot of work, guys. That is a lot.
Which do you do Princess March? It's big. You're gonna feel like you've climbed a mountain when you finish a princess, but they do reward you with a free cruise, so it's pretty cool.
They do, and I was looking at that today. I was looking at that yesterday. I was daydreaming. I was
when you're gonna take your free cruise. I've been saying mine for 3 years. I need to do it. I'm just waiting to use it on something really special, and getting it. Carnival. Not on your profiler, yeah.
Yeah, just add on there Carnival at your level of expertise. Add that, because I don't know why that little badge isn't there. Yeah, because I was complaining.
Probably have to pay to have it there, and they not to, which is odd because Carnival Cruise Lines and the other ones are there, but
Princess is there, so go figure. I don't know, but Princess a lot of training, but the cool part is that free cruise is at the end, and those they have released some big ones. If you have not looked at it lately, Holly, you need to, because I
have not looked since 2 weeks ago. I tell you this, I will also say that people are setting goals and being ready to like push your business forward. Earning your IATA card is something that is such a great thing. Disney College of Knowledge kind of covers all of it, Michael, or Jason said Disneyland is, but not Disney World.
Oh, the certification on there, yeah.
But the certification is Disney College of Knowledge, and that covers all of it. But the IATA card, when you earn it, gets you all kinds of
privileges,
perks and benefits. And Disney is one of them. You have to have earned your IATA card, your own IATA credentials in order to access the benefits with Disney. I was so close. I could have been packing today and flying out today to get on a Disney cruise tomorrow in Galveston for 4 nights. Do you want to know what this would have cost me? This is why you guys have to work for your IATA card.
Okay.
It was $130 per person for a 5-night cruise. So $260. No, $150. So it'd be $300 plus $130 in taxes and port forward to $430. Plus gratuities, whatever we drink on board, and it's on Spirit from Detroit. We're $139.
Okay, next.
We could have done the Disney cruise for less than $1,000, including the store in Galveston, whatever. And I was so stressed about having been on the FAM and then turning and repacking and going, and being gone and missing this, and like it would have been a lot. And so we did here.
We could have done this on a cruise, Holly. I would have done.
Well, if I'd done a Disney cruise, I had a travel agent without John, he would have lost it. It's Alaska without him, and he was pretty salty. So
it's
hard to be the spouse of a travel agent when the agent gets to go and the husband does not. Celebrities doing an training overhaul. Good. It's about time. Celebrity new training.
Yes, and they have C, so take advantage of that too, guys. Kind of training to kind of help vault your business into success. Do it.
Webinars. Get on that Travel Leaders Net email list. They post webinars all the time. All different.
Oh.
And we're going to have some great training coming on sandals. We just was fam trip to we had great one-on-one time with a new to us BDM who is fantastic, who has we can do webinars and things where you can bring clients. I can't remember if this VIP something where you bring you go on the web or the webinar like through Zoom, but also your clients go. Yeah. So they sell the trip for you, which is really exciting. Lots of great training is coming, and great training is turning over all the time. You can find webinars in Vex under education, and then suppliers, and then just go down all the live webinars and recorded webinars. There's tons there. You will stop learning in this business.
Nope.
That is.
I love Travel Leaders. Sends me my professional development week in review. So it gives me different training lines. And I'm just like, awesome. And yeah, fam trips. Our fam trip, our gateway-wide fam trip is coming up in November. Please take advantage of it if you can, because we have so much fun. It grows the business. It really does.
Lots of training, lots of great stuff on there. And honestly, it's the interaction between agents that is so it's so valuable. And then we also have access to things like there are two Facebook that you can join, pages you can join. Mexico fam trips and Caribbean trips. It's the same company. They just have different pages. And I believe this year they're developing Europe or European fam trips. And they're really awesome trips for agents to go and check out destinations and check out resorts. Great things that you can do without even being through it. You can do it on your own. So those are really good too. Just make sure you check the parameters of what you need to have to qualify for those. So anyway, all right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up from there. No further questions. We'll see you next week for supplier. That's actually my favorite one.
I love it.
It really is my favorite one. I love digging into supplier list. I need to look at. I know we've added Kensington, and that may have been since the last one, so I probably need to pop it in there and update the slides so we are current. And a little more information on sandals, because I'm super pro sandals after being on this fam this week. So
I am so excited.
Start training. It's going to be good. It's great. I'll call you after this. We get off the screen. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys. Bye.